do I have 2 medical degrees if I'm sitting here oppressed?
I want to respond to this one here because at one time I used to think that way also. It says, how can he have 2 medical degrees if he is sitting here oppressed? If I hand you a bowl of M&Ms and tell you that 10 of them are poisonous, you eat several and you don't die or get sick, does that mean what I did wasn't a problem? If I repeatedly throw rocks at your windows but never break your windows, does it mean that what I was doing isn't a problem? If I fire a gun at 10 people but only hit 3 of them, does that mean what I was doing was not a problem? For starters, it's incredibly self-centered to say that because something did not happen to you, that means it's not a problem. We need to get rid of this notion that because successful black people exist, that means all is well and everything is fine. Of course, there's going to be black people with medical degrees. You're not the first one, won't be the last, and there's other successful folks out there too. Same thing. Does that mean nobody ever tried to get in their way? That means nobody ever tried to oppress them? Doesn't mean that they got there scot-free without, at some point, being oppressed? No, it doesn't mean that. And this is when certain people will say, they'll go to the manual and say, you need to stop blaming everybody for your problem. Now, stop. If 2 people run a race, and one person continues to throw trash and junk and garbage and everything in the lane that the other person is in, but that person ends up finishing anyway, we're going to sit here and really say that what the other person did was not an issue? See, for misguided people like this, you think you win just because you made it. You say nothing is wrong because I made it. Well, newsflash, a lot of people made it. The issue isn't the fact of whether or not we make it all the time. It's from the fact that this stuff happens to begin with. And what you're not going to mention, at least not honestly, is the path that you took to get there. Because I guarantee your path is not going to be the same as everybody else's path. And if you're tap dancing right now for this video, I'm sure you did some tap dancing on the way to your goal. Let's just be upfront and honest about that. What about the ones who don't tap dance? What about the ones who don't play along? What about the ones who try to avoid all the stereotypes and do everything against what's in them just so they can get by? And let's be real about this, since everybody's all about being real. All this applause you're getting is the same applause that would happen if a policeman murdered you in cold blood. And the same ones who don't want to teach critical race theory because of what happened also don't mind going to your record and your background to see why you deserve to be murdered. But carry on.